Hey guys, my name is Tyrone Scott, and I'm here in Owensboro I've only been here a couple months. And I want to talk to you about the Homeless Awareness Project that's coming up October 14th, 15th. A little background on me. I am originally from Indiana, but I went to high school in California. I ended up being a standout athlete, as a matter of fact, top 2 in the nation for track and field in my event. And I went on to the University of Texas on a track scholarship. I still have a couple school records there, and I carried that on to the professional level, an Olympic level, and so on and so forth. I went on in regards to my career. I have a law enforcement background, police officer, and also on a federal level, and I ended up doing some things overseas for the government. All that came to a crashing end for me, and I ended up becoming homeless. You see, I was that guy, I was that professional that made 6 figures that I never would talk to the homeless. I would never give to the homeless. Just go get a job. But when I became homeless, I totally saw the other side. When humility dropped in, and I was walking down the street thirsty in San Antonio, Texas, and no one would let me come inside to get out of the sun, or nobody would let me come in to get a drink of water, or come inside to use the bathroom. I started seeing things a little bit different. I was homeless for 4 years in Texas, in San Antonio. And you know, when change happens like that in your life, you lose a lot of people that were formerly in your life. You see, when I was on this level in regards to my career or with athletics, I had a lot of people around me. People asked me for tickets and autographs and loans and stuff like this to help them out. But when I hit my bottom, that's when I realized who was there and who wasn't for me. And people weren't returning my calls. People weren't answering my calls. I had nothing and no one. And that's when I hit my very bottom low, to the point where I went and laid on the railroad tracks when the train was stopped in between their turns. It was about to change tracks, so I laid down underneath the train at the wheels because I was done. I was done. People gave up on me, and I felt hopeless. And that's a feeling I wouldn't wish on anyone. But at that moment, I began to pray and ask God for forgiveness for what I was about to do. And that was when a pastor from the homeless church that I was attending just happened to be walking by. And he called my name. And he called my name again. And then he grabbed my ankles and pulled me out from under that train. And ever since then, I've been on this walk with Christ, and also to be an advocate for the homeless. I ended up moving to Chicago and starting my own homeless ministry there. And I don't sit back behind a desk and wait for the homeless to come to me. I go out into the trenches, to their camps, outside, under bridges, overpasses, and speak life to them. It might be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or it might be keys to a new apartment. It's just whatever this transition is, whatever God has me to do. So now I'm here in Owensboro, and I'm seeing your homeless situation here in Owensboro. And I totally applaud what you're doing here. It's a start. It's a great start. I'm totally behind Matthew's table and what they're trying to do, but you can do a whole lot more. It's a different type of homelessness here. There's a heavy drug problem, there's a meth problem. You have people stashed out in these very bad hotels or little rooms, but they're homeless. And they just want a little bit of hope and a little bit of help. I'm not asking you to give thousands and millions of dollars. You know, I would really like to see a lot of people just show up and get to know somebody on a personal level, a homeless person on a personal level. You might be surprised. You know, you don't know what life you might save by having this conversation. It's just conversation. I hope that you guys come out and join us just for 24 hours. You know, if you have
So Tyrone, would you say that what we're trying to accomplish with this event would be a good start for Owensboro in a good direction?
Absolutely. It's a great start and a great direction. I've been to a couple of the shelters here, and I've been to the Matthew Table bus pass when they had on bus passes on Saturdays, and I'm totally impressed with what you're trying to do. The vision, the passion, the heart for such a small group. I'm absolutely on board with them and backing them 100%, and I'm wishing well that you're right on the right track.
Awesome.
Okay, my name's Brenda Sue, and I've lived in addiction for about 20 years in Owensboro, Kentucky. And for probably the last half of that, mostly I was homeless. I'm talking homeless, sleeping in bus stops, sleeping in parks, sleeping on friends' couches, in people's sheds, homeless. Okay, and then basically Jesus changed my life. I found myself wanting to live different, and at Crossroads Homeless Shelter, that allowed me to get in contact with a lot of different people who were living for Jesus, and allowed me a safe place to start my walk. Now I have a 2-bedroom apartment and a full-time job, So
Brenda, how do you feel like this event could help people that's currently in the situation that you used to be in?
I feel like if we could get a bunch of different people from a bunch of different places together in one event, in one place, it would actually, with the resources, it would actually impact everybody, in the sense that if you met a homeless person tomorrow, you might actually be able to help them.